Hey, what's up guys? Let's go back to Tsukihime, Piece of Blue Last Moon. Last time, Arquid found us, and, we've been through it before. Zombies, came out of nowhere, attacked us, then, she took care of them, and there was a panther, yeah, all that mess. I was informed that I should go back, and play nice with Arquid for some reason. I assumed because we're on CL route that it wouldn't matter, but apparently not. So yeah, but yeah, I was just told to play nice at every opportunity, so I guess going forward, apparently there'll be a few more options for me to be, non-cooperative. And so I should just cooperate? So I guess whatever, scenes I miss that because I'll be doing 2 run-throughs of the game again anyway to get the completion, bonus. And getting all the scenes I missed and whatnot. So, not a huge deal, but yeah, so let's go back to here. I'm glad I put a saved... Well, I guess it wouldn't really matter. I could just use the flowchart, I suppose. But, man, where's the fun in that? I mean, I guess it's not really any different, but... Yeah, anyway. Okay. I can't help myself. Weaken. I will help her. Because we've seen this before, I'm just going to skip. Because, yeah, we saw this version of things back in Arquid's route, and then obviously we saw the other one just last episode, so... and I'm gonna skip this, because, again, we've seen... Oh, no, I didn't mean to... Well, you know what? I didn't mean to skip that. It carried over from before, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. That was just her wandering around, and all these other people and zombies, reaching out towards her from, cells and whatnot, if I remember correctly. And now she's trying to get out. The faint darkness fades. A blackness dark and deep takes hold. The girl, standing in the middle of it all. Oh, she's been stabbed already, okay. Stares down at her burning body. Yeah. You're burning to death. Yeah, and I know, it's tough. The appendages she'd used to feel her way along the wall have burned all the way down to her elbows. When she frantically looks at her body, she realizes her clothes have burned away. Her skin has turned black and charred, cracking to reveal the sinew and organs hidden beneath. The fat of her flesh sizzles and burns with a flame red and hot enough to captivate her gaze. Thank goodness, the woman thinks, laughing to herself. Finally. I finally found a light. Yeah, she's going kind of cuckoo. Yeah. I don't know if I would call this wonderful, lady, but well, good for you, I guess. Yeah. You know how I mentioned I kind of wish they would do an anime for the remake? But this particular scene's making me want to change my mind, because I don't want to see that in, full-on animation, ufotable, watching her, literally turn, char, that'd be kind of horrifying. Now that I think about it, maybe I don't want that. She cackles. A flaming anatomical model taken with madness. A torch of flesh providing light in the darkness. Then... Oh no, she started burning before he stabbed her. Oh, right. For some reason I thought it started after he stabbed her, but I guess not. Then, a sharp stab puts her out of her misery. Even if he for some reason stopped... It's too late. You're not. You're horribly burned and you're gonna be bleeding out, like, even if he was like, yeah, sure, go, leave if you want, you wouldn't make it. Her body burns as boiling blood spews from the wound. As if savoring the warmth of her body, it drinks her fresh blood. Yeah, This hell returns to total darkness. Having finished its minuscule meal, it crosses through this masterless hellscape. Behind it are countless corpses, a river of flame, indiscriminately swallowing all who wander the wasteland, whether they be lost humans or the cemetery's dead residents. Yeah, well, that's your own problem. Breath spills from its lips like smoke. It shambles toward the surface, leaving behind a trail of red in its wake like a twisted slug. I don't think so. I don't think you will. It craves the prey that its footmen discovered mere moments ago. Yeah. That's not gonna go well for you, buddy. Yeah, it's pretty nice, I would say, yeah. That's good. Arquid looks like she's enjoying herself as she inspects the hotel room. I have no words for how this day has turned out. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I really don't. Just watch over her, and if something goes down, you know, maybe take a hit for her or something. You know? Yeah, that sounds nice. Why not? And here we are. Arquid hailed a taxi on the main street, and we drove over to one of the neighboring city districts. From there, we didn't just book a room at one of the most prominent and expensive hotels around. No, Arquid decided to book the entire top floor just for us. I feel like some A-list celebrity. Yeah, we're high as fuck. Man, something like that. Arquid happily peeks through the shut curtains at the panorama below. I can't say I'm as excited as she is. You know, I didn't notice it before. Why do those glasses, the wine glasses on the table, already have wine in them? Even though the bottles look like they're unopened? Okay. Alright. This place feels less like a hotel room and more like a standalone citadel that happens to be built on the hotel's top floor. From the sun-blocking curtains to the furniture to the materials of the walls and doors, every last bit is grander than anything you'd normally encounter. And since we rented out the entire floor, we won't be seeing any other guests. Upon closer inspection, I noticed there's even a TV screen that displays an active feed of the first floor lobby. Which again, why they would put something like that in a like, I know it's a fancy, you know, a high-class hotel room, but why would tenants, or not tenants, but you know, guests need access to like the security feed? That never made any sense. No matter where I look, I'm reminded that this room is reserved only for the most privileged of people. I guess maybe it's for business people. Maybe. Like, so they can see if, like, someone they're meeting. But, like, why would... I don't know. I don't know, man.
あ、宿泊費のことは気にしなくていいよ。
Yeah, we know you're loaded.
私お金持ちだからおごってあげる。
Arkwood speaks cheerfully as she steps away from the window. As amazed as she seemed by the view a moment ago, it appears she's already grown tired of the bird's eye view of the city.
アルクエイド、お前何考えてるんだ?
Probably not much. An exhausted sigh slips out of me.
何って別にいろいろ考えてるけど。
Sure you are.
いや、そういうことじゃなくてだな。男とホテルの一室なんて。
She's like an 800-plus-year-old vampire. Like what? What do you mean? I pause before I finish my sentence. Like if you tried something, she would just rip your throat out. Like, well, I don't know if she would. Well, no, she definitely would. Because as we know from, you know, the original Tsukihime at least, if you take the option of violating her, I think she as soon as you're done, she like regains strength and she like rips your throat out or something. No, it just leads. I don't know. I don't think I ever did the. Now that I think about it, I don't think I ever went back and did the option to violate her. Did I? I don't think so. No, I did. Did I? I don't know. I don't even know anymore, man. I'm only here to watch over the self-proclaimed vampire while she sleeps. I shouldn't say anything that might complicate it even further. Yeah. Just roll with it, man. Yeah.
いきなり怒ったり黙ったりして予測がつかないね。
Yeah, he's a bit of a weirdo. Arkwood chuckles as there's something hilarious about the situation. Well, it kind of is. Kinda. Meanwhile, I'm standing near the door, muscles tensed as I keep a watchful eye on the room. Watching her relax, I realize we couldn't be more opposite from one another right now. Fatigue has spread through every inch of my body. I wish I could rest, but I also know that the second I take a seat on that sofa, I'll doze off. No matter how tired I get, I know better than to let my guard down now.
シキ、何か飲む？ここ飲み物がたくさんあるみたい。
Nah, this is good. A carefree voice calls out to me from the minibar. Needless to say, the bottles Arkwood holds up are filled with alcohol.
あのな、未成年のくせに酒を勧め。
No. I stop. I have no clue whether she's over the legal drinking age or not, and I don't particularly care to find out either.
後で自分で選ぶからいい。それより。
What's up? No matter how exhausted I am, no matter how confusing the situation might be, there are some questions I have to ask her. I need to know what she is. She told you already. She's a vampire. What else do you need to know? And I need to know how much danger I'm in. I can't even afford to sit on the couch if I don't at least attempt to understand all the weird things happening here.
それより、お前に聞きたいことがある。のんびり休むのはその後だ。
Okay, what's up?
構わないけど、どうしたの？急にかしこまって。
Well, being nice tends to get you, farther. You do realize I haven't let my guard down even once around you. But that aside.
真面目な話だよ。結局のところ、お前の目的って何なんだ？
Kill vampire, go home.
私は吸血鬼を追ってるだけよ。
And that about sums up her whole shtick.
吸血鬼殺しが私の役割だから。
ああ、確かにそんなことを言ってた。けど、お前は吸血鬼なんだろ
？Yeah.
何？仕切ったらまだ私のこと信じてないの？
Well, to be fair, he doesn't really have... Although, I mean, to be fair, like... foreigner or not, no one has red eyes. Like, I feel like that... I guess he could assume she's wearing contact. I feel like he said this exact same thing last time. I'm getting, like, mad deja vu. Whatever. I guess he could assume she's wearing contacts. That, or for some reason... I don't even know, man. I don't know.
嫌っていうほど信じてるから安心しろ。俺が言いたいのは、どうして吸血鬼であるお前が吸血鬼を殺すのかってことだ。それおかしいだろ、理屈的に。
I can understand that confusion, I guess.
あら、シキは同族同士で殺し合うのは嫌いなんだ。
Well, yeah.
同族じゃなくても願い下げだよ。あのさ、吸血鬼は人間の血を吸う鬼なんだろ。なら殺す対象は人間であって同じ吸血鬼じゃない。お前が殺すのはその。
Well, do you want her to kill you? What do you know what you're asking here, Shiki? The humans, right? The ones whose blood you suck?
吸血行為と殺害行為は別物よ。
True. Not wrong.
それでもシキの言いたいことはわかるわ。
Yeah.
同じ種族同士、助け合うべきだって言うんでしょ。
Yeah.
けど、吸血鬼は同じ親から派生したものであっても、それぞれ異なる進化を遂げた固有種のようなものだから。人間でいうところの仲間意識は希薄なのよ。
Understandable.
じゃあそのお前が探している吸血鬼はお前とは違うっていうのか。
Yeah.
ええ、私とは別種の吸血種。私が追いかけているのは人間の吸血鬼だから、あなたたちが抱くイメージとほぼ一緒よ。人間の血を吸って吸い殺した人間を使い魔にして少しずつ勢力を増やしていくってやつ。
I feel like I should just skip over this. Like, this is all just, you know, exposition, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna skip. Like, we don't need this long-winded explanation again. Like, we really don't. Okay. I'm done hesitating. I'm staying put.
約束したからな。
Yeah. That's right. I did. No matter what happens, I don't intend to break my promises. Arkwid is still asleep. I honestly can't tell by looking at her, but she did say she was weakened. She even said she was at her limit earlier. But the real question is whether I should stay or leave. I didn't even have the chance to think on it before. It's quiet in here. We're the only two people in this room. On this entire floor, even. Though I'll save wondering if it's rude to count self-proclaimed vampires as people for later. I would say she counts. Hang on. Like, she still looks like people, you know?
なんだそりゃ。失礼ってどっちに対して言ってんだ、アホ。
I scold myself. After being chased the entire morning, my body is too tired to move properly. Even thinking is exhausting.
とにかく、まずは落ち着こう。
Yeah. I tear myself away from the door to sit down. The chair I choose is a tall one adjacent to the minibar. I find a bottle of mineral water inside and pour myself a glass.
よし。
The cool water unravels my scrambled thoughts. The wild chain of events this morning had clogged my mind, keeping me from thinking clearly. I should take this chance to carefully decide on my next move. Yeah, what are you staring at, Shiki?
マジかよ。
Yeah, seriously? It's my second resigned exclamation of the day. The one before was directed at Arkwid, but this time it's aimed squarely at myself. The sound of her gentle breathing brushes against my ears, pulling my focus away. What is wrong with me? What am I doing getting all excited and worked up over her at a time like this? I mean, you're, what, 17? Like, then she's a very pretty woman. Like, I don't. Yeah, I guess really you should be more scared than anything, I guess, but no. I need to leave the room. This must be because the fear that gripped me in the alley still hasn't let me go. I just need to take a deep breath in the hallway and I'll be fine. The strange heat in my chest will go away. Surely it will, surely. Definitely not gonna linger. For sure.
本当に貸し切ってる。
Yeah, kinda crazy. There's not a single other guest or staff wandering the top floor. Arkwid is currently sleeping in the corner room at the end of the hallway. Yeah, furthest from the elevator and stairs. We've got a clear view of whatever would come our way, but it also means we're that much further from the elevators. Yeah.
そういえば学校。
Well, too late now. It's a little past 11 a.m. now. I've doubtlessly already been marked as absent. There'll be a lot of trouble if the school calls the mansion, but there's little I can do to prevent that. Akia's definitely gonna have a thing or two to say about this, but this isn't the time to worry about that.
望み薄だけど、有彦にメールしとくか。
Yeah, I guess. I don't feel good, so I'm skipping. Make up some excuse for me if you can. I send him a loose reason for my absence and hope that he'll rise to my call for help. I'm not begging him to work any miracles, just hoping he can figure something out if the opportunity presents itself. If only I could tell him more about what's happening. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a good idea.
いやいや、それこそ救急車案件
Yeah,
でしょ。
but probably. Like, dude, I'm being held captive by a vampire. She's hunting another vampire. There's no way to explain this situation without sounding like a lunatic. Yeah. Arihiko doesn't need to know more than this.
さて
Surely. Thinking of a familiar face calmed me down a little. It's time for me to return to the room where the self-proclaimed vampire slumbers. Okay.
失礼します。
Alright, yeah, that one, yeah. I knew she'd still be asleep, but it'd feel weird to enter the room without a word. The woman in white was sleeping just like she was when I left. It's like she barely moved. She doesn't look the slightest bit threatening in her sleep. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she looked like the princess of some foreign country. Well, it's not wrong. Sort of. I've avoided the sofa long enough. Even though I know I might not get back up again, I take a seat. After all, the sofa is the only place in the room that has a good overview of both the bed and the door. Yeah, about that. It is just as ridiculously comfortable as I'd anticipated. Its fluffy cushions call to me. I feel like I might just melt into them, but I stop myself. I'm supposed to stand guard, so I can't fall asleep now. Even from here, she's almost nightmarishly beautiful. Her smooth, pale skin, her slender fingers, each one a piece of fine art, the soft curves of her body. Every last detail of her body is without equal, and when put together, the composition is flawless. I've never seen a figure so sublime. No, that's not right. In all my life, I thought I'd never see one. I let out a long sigh as I look up at the ceiling. For all that talk about being a vampire and coming back from the dead, Arkwid is a living creature, one that looks and talks just like a human. And the fact that she's too weak to even get up on her own is all my fault.
自分でしでかしたことの責任は
Yeah.
自分で取らないとな。
Marry her. Wait, wrong route. I think back to what I was taught in my younger days. It was Master who told me. Because my eyes are unusual, they may attract other unusual things. it's about time for me to pull myself together. For now, I need to keep my promise. Tonight at least, I'll protect her in whatever way I... Bedge. Honk me 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 me. Honk me 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 me. White. Oh, so hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. White. I open my eyes to the color white. The color pulls an old memory from the recesses of my mind. A hot summer day. Huge fluffy clouds cover the blue sky. The air shimmers with heat, and the keening of cicadas eats at me. The cries of the cicadas. My hands are glistening with red liquid, as if they were dipped in paint. Yep. Paint. Cicada husks are scattered around. It feels as if the beating sun is right on top of us, burning, sizzling, scorching the clearing. A hot midsummer day. It's as if the world has warped into one massive frying pan. Akiha is crying. Akiha, who's always following after me, is weeping into her hands. A child is on the ground next to her. The sunlight plays over my slick, wet hands. Yes, my hands are cold. The other child is cold. The red blood painting our world is warm. Wait. Did he? No, he. Wait. He didn't. What? Am I crazy? He didn't talk in Orchid's route. The adults are here. The other child is dead. The adults are yelling. They scream, asking whether I killed him. A dream forgotten even within a dream. Maybe he did. Maybe I'm crazy. Huh.
Shiki, ほら、目を覚まして。
Yeah, we dozed off. That's our
もう
bad.
日が落ちちゃってるじゃない。
Yeah, we fucked up. My body is violently shaken from its slumber. A cold hand grips my shoulder as an unfamiliar voice calls to me. Arkwid stands in front of me. The world outside the window is dark. When I glance at the clock, I realize it's already past 8. Don't you, huh? Don't you, huh?
あれじゃないわ。日が沈んだら起こしてって言ったのに。
Yeah,
仕
well,
切ったら眠ってるんだもん。
who's the one who tired us out by chasing us all over the city? Although, to be fair, we shouldn't have ran in the first place, but, you know, can you blame us?
悪い。寝てたのか、俺。
I'm such a mess. To think I'd fall asleep while watching over her.
もう、そんなんじゃ護衛失格よ。
Yeah.
二人とも眠っていたなんて、襲われていたら私もシキも死んでたところよ。
I'm sure you probably would have sensed something even in your sleep and woken up. Like, it would have been fine.
だから悪いって言ってるだろ。でもほら、昼間は安全だって言ったのはお前じゃないか。
Basically safe and safe aren't quite the same.
絶対とは言い切れないわ。朝みたいに使い魔がやってくることだってあ
Yeah,
るんだ
like,
から。
yeah, you didn't really think about that, huh, Shiki? Arkwid is mad. Of course, she has every right to be. A guard who falls asleep during his watch is no more useful than a scarecrow.
それにね、私だって吸血鬼なんだよ、シキ。
Kinda.
なのにどうして身の危険とか感じないで眠っちゃったりできるのかな。
I mean,
少しは緊張して眠れないとか、恐れを敬うとか、そういう反応してもいいんじゃない？
do you want him to be terrified of you? Like, what? I take back my apology. She seems more upset at the fact that I wasn't too terrified to fall asleep near her than my failure as a guard. Yeah.
体も少しは動くようになって目を覚ましてみれば、仕切ったら幸せそうに眠ってるじゃない？
Well, I mean, the couch is comfy. I don't know what you want from us.
あんまりにも無防備だから、吸血種として威厳がないのかなって本気で不安になったんだから。
I mean,
なんだよ。無防備なのはそっちだって同じだろ。
yeah.
俺だって一度はお前を殺してるんだぞ。今回だってそうしないとは限らないのに、お姫様みたいにグースか寝やがって。人間だからって甘く見るなよな。
I bite back at her, like a trapped mouse squeaking at a cat. It's really just a bitter attempt to save face, and yet... She's just like, wait a minute! Hold up, you're right! Arkwid falls silent, apparently only just having realized she's rooming with her murderer.
そういえばそうよね。
Yeah.
なんでだろう。なんとなくね、路地裏でシキと話しているうちに
Yeah,
信用しきってたみたい。
Yes, you should break that habit. Well, it's not like she has any bad intentions.
そうか。そこまで信用されてるなら、それなりに努力はする。あとはずっと見張っていればいいのか？
ええ、とりあえず朝日が昇るまでね。
Okay, can do.
私は部屋から出ないから、シキは誰かがこのフロアにやってくるようだったら用心して。
Yeah, easier said than done, Arkwid. Easier said than done. If something like that panther shows up again, I'm not sure what I'd be able to do about it. I'm way out of my league here. I can't exactly do my job as a bodyguard without knowing what I'm up against first. Fair. It might be best if I continue where we left off last time. Panthers and burning zombies aside, I still know pretty much nothing about Arkwid or who she's hunting.
確認するぞ、アルクエイド。路地裏で襲ってきた奴らは、お前の敵が差し向けた奴なのか？
Yes.
差し向けたというより巡回ね。
Yeah.
一定のルートで街を監視するのがあいつらの役割だったんでしょう。その巡回ルートで私とシキが話し込んでいたから、結果的に私がいるってバレちゃったみたい。
バレちゃったって、お前の敵に？
Well, no. Not really.
そう。体調が万全なら手間が省けてよかったんだけど、今の私じゃ逆に倒されかねない。
Well, I mean, she thinks they were her enemies, but actually turns out it's different vampires, not the one she's hunting. It was a whole ordeal, man.
だからシキと一緒にここまで逃げたの。体力が戻る前に襲われたら打つ手はないから。
Yeah. Arkwid's enemy is the serial killer that's been terrorizing this town. Another vampire. From the sound of it, the vampire is after Arkwid as well. Though they don't seem to be on a level playing field right now. Arkwid is still extremely weak.
そして、敵とやらには手足になる部下がいて、お前には誰もいない。
Whoa. I mean, well, you aside, she has Len. Which, wait, was Len ever mentioned? In the remake? In Arkwid's route, anyway? I don't remember. Arkwid pouts and pulls her shoulders up in a huff. She isn't refuting it. That must mean she... Is Len not canon to the remake? I don't remember if she ever mentioned Len at all during her route. I guess that makes it easier for me.
お前、
Yeah.
さっき吸血鬼はそれぞれ個体差があるって言ってたけど、これはそういう話なんだろ？
Not really. She could have familiars if she wanted, I'm pretty sure.
じゃあ、
I mean, she kind
仲間
of
がたくさんいる吸血鬼っての
sort
は
of does. Well,
どんなやつ
again,
なの？
I have no idea if Len's canon to the remake or not, but I assume she is. But then again, Len's not really like Arkwood's taking care of her, but she's not actually contracted with Arkwood. It's weird. Like, are we dealing with the type of yeah?
それはどうすれば簡単に説明でき
Okay,
るかな
this is gonna be another semi-long exposition. I'm gonna skip. If for some reason you haven't played this yourself yet, and for some reason you're watching episode 36 before episode like 7 or whatever it was, I guess go back, because I don't want to sit through this long ass explanation again personally. So yeah. Yeah, ghouls, zombies, nightmares, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, this really was a long. I think I was here for an hour the first time. Like, there's a lot going on here. Yeah, I can.
だから概念武装のことよ。
Okay, we're here. I do want to see this part again though, because reasons.
歴史と想念を蓄えた触媒。
Don't have one.
この国にも神器ってあるんでしょ？大抵は宝条や剣、宝石や仮面を使用する魔術霊装のことだけど。
No, none of it rings a bell.
ね
No.
え、シキ。あなた本当にそっちの方面の人じゃないの？
No.
そっち方面も何も俺はただの学生だって言
It's
った
funny
じゃな
how
い
he
か。
just like
知ってる
conveniently
ことなんて何もないよ。
forgets about his eyes.
嘘よ。魔術師でもない人間が私を傷つけることなんてできないわ。シキ、私に隠していることあるでしょ？
Not intentionally, he's just very forgetful when it comes to his eyes for some reason. Arkwood glares at me like an angry cat. But no matter how she looks at me, it's not like I have anything to hide. Yeah, are you sure about that? Wait, I do.
すまん。実を言うと一つあったっぽい。けど関係あるのかなこれ。
Arkwood keeps glaring at me. The only way to resolve this is by confessing the truth.
なんて言ったらいいのかな。俺さ、物の切れる線が見えるんだ。
切れる線？
Uh-huh. Exactly what I expected. There's no way she'd believe that. No one ever does. That's just the way it's always been.
それ、どういう意味？
Arkwood responds with total seriousness.
だから物の切れる線が見えるんだよ。
You know, it'd be really easy to just take your glasses off for a second and like... Well, I guess you don't want to vandalize the room, huh? I was gonna say you could like cut the steel off the table leg or something, but then I was like, you know, the hotel probably wouldn't be very happy with that.
生き物とか地面とか、とりあえず触れられるものなら全部亀裂みたいでさ、それに刃物を通すとあっさり切断できるんだけ
Yeah.
ど、これ意味あるか？鉄をナイフ程度で切れるのは便利だけど、別に好きなところが切れるわけじゃないんだ。線が見えてるところしか切れないから日曜大工にも使えない。お前を切った時だってそのナイフなら女の肌ぐらい切れるだろう。
Uh-huh. She's like the... A chill runs down my spine. Her gaze is intense enough to bring my breathing to a halt.
そう。直視の魔眼なんて童話の中だけの話と思ってたけど、いるところにはいるものね。
Yeah, that's us.
あなたみたいな 突然変異の化け
Hey,
物
you have no right calling anyone a monster. Hold up.
なんだよそれ。
Mm.
俺は吸血鬼に化け物なんて言われる筋合いはないぞ。
To be fair, your eyes essentially let you defy the rules of nature, sort of. So I mean, like, well, I mean, you. But yeah, she's no right.
化け物は化け物でしょう。物の死を見る魔眼なんて私たちでさえ保有している者はいないんだから。
Yeah.
物の死を見る。
それ以外の何だっていうの？シキ、あなたの目は生物としてつながってはいけない場所と回線が開いているんでしょうね。
No.
いや、こうなったのは昔からだけど、生まれついてのものじゃない。
それじゃあ以前一度ぐらい死んでみたことがあるでしょう。
Yeah, you could say something like that.
お前じゃあるまいし、そう簡単に死ねるか。でもまあ、そうだよ。以前事故で死にかけた。線が見えるようになったのはその後からだ。
Yeah.
潜在的な素質もあったんだろうけど、きっかけはそれでしょうね。 確かにそれなら間違いなく私を殺せるわ。
Yeah, it would. Orkwood huffs a little and turns her gaze away from me. Even though she turns from me with clear distaste, I'm somewhat grateful she's no longer staring at me with those eyes of hers.
アルクエイド、お前この線がなんだか知ってるのか？
Yeah.
実際に知覚できるあなたほどじゃないけど、知識としてなら説明できるわ。あなたが見ているものはね、万物の結果、物の死にやすい箇所なのよ。もっと分かりやすく言うのならあらゆる存在の死期、死そのものよ。
That's pretty close to what Master told me before she gave me my glasses. The end of all things, the inevitable future of creation. All this time I didn't see it. I did everything I could not to.
何言ってんだ。俺が見てる線なんて、ただそこが切れるだけ
You
のものじゃない
positive
か。
about that, buddy? You sure about that?
だからその線が死なの。いい意識、ありとあらゆるものには終わりがある。それがいつになるかは個別差があるけど、とにかく果てというものはある。
You know, it makes me you could argue that makes his eyes essentially a form of extremely limited time travel, right? If he can expedite the death of something by cutting through it or stabbing it when he's able to see the points, is that not manipulating time, technically? So, I mean, I don't know.
死は到来するものではなく、誕生した瞬間に内包していて、いつか発現するものよ。それが原因と結果。因果律って言葉聞いたことあるでしょ？
Yeah.
ここにある以上、それは必ず消えなくてはいけない。原子の流動、エネルギーの約束ごとね。たった一つの例外、ほんの小さな間違いも秩序は許容しない。
Mm-hmm.
だってそんなものがあったら、この宇宙の前提が崩れてしまうんだもの。それこそ泡のように消えてしまうわ。
Yeah, that wouldn't be very good, huh? No way. I mean, she's bringing the universe into this? How is that relevant?
見当違いじゃない。
Yeah.
あなたの目はそれぐらい最悪な目ってこと？
Well, rude.
いい？消滅は万物にあらかじめ設計された決まりなの。どんなに長い寿命、どんなに強大な生命にだってこれはある。たとえ宇宙の寿命より長い寿命を持つ生命があるとしても、それは無限に生き続けるわけじゃない。この定められた消滅が物の式で、それは初めからあるわけだから、式という概念を理解できる機能、それと回線が合っている脳髄と眼球があるのなら、目で見ることは不可能じゃない。
Mm-hmm.
それがあなたの見ている線の正体よ。 あえてあなたたち風に理論づけるのなら原子結合の宿命的欠陥部分というところかしらね。
Makes me want. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I imagine because the true ancestors taught her everything she needed to be a good killer. Does that mean they taught her like advanced, like physics? I wouldn't be terribly surprised.
それともその個体の死因を発現させる遺伝子に用意されたテロメア的なスイッチかな。とにかくあなたが見ているのは物の死にやすい線、死という結論そのものよ。よくそんな状態で今まで生きてこれたものだわ。よっぽどあなたは心が穏やかなんでしょうね。
Yeah, we have a little bit of help on that front. Arkwood speaks in a detached, matter-of-fact voice. She doesn't know anything about me, so I wish she wouldn't joke around. I understand what she's saying, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with any of it.
そんなものあるはずがないし、まして見えるわけがない。
Stop being denial, man.
あなたには見えてるじゃない。
Yeah.
普通生物は首を切ったら殺されるわ。
Yeah.
これは切断したから停止したということよね。
True.
逆に言えば首を切断できない生物は殺されないということになる。あ、これは私のことだから例外にしておいて。あなたはその決まり事を無視できるのよ。あらゆる外的要因を無効化する者が相手でもまず殺す。殺された相手はその後で死んだ状態になるんでしょうね。切断したから殺害できたじゃない。あなたの場合は物を殺害したからその結果として対象が切断される。
Yeah, makes sense.
ほら、これが化け物でなくて何だというの。
No, you're probably right.
物が切れるだけの線って言うけど、その両目は今まで生まれてきたどんな異能より得意なものよ。あなたはね、シキ、あらゆるものを殺してしまう死神みたいな目を持っているんだから。
She's right. That's exactly why I've been in denial. Why I've spent so long trying to ignore the existence of the lines. The truth is, I've known for a long time. It's exactly like she says. My eyes, my life, they're nothing more than a blemish on this earth. A mistake. Ever since that day, I've borne witness to a dying world. I've been forced to know that everything I see could crumble in a mere moment. All this time, omens of death have been with me every step of the way.
じゃあ何か。
Hmm?
俺はお前だって殺せることになるぞ。何でも殺す物騒なやつなんだからな。
Yummy, yeah.
そう？じゃあ試しにやってみよっか。
I mean, not particularly, personally speaking, but yeah, why not? Arkwood turns the lights in the room off and moves to the window. She slides the curtains open. Outdoor light spills through the glass, allowing me to see again. The woman in white is framed by the pale moonlight.
ほら、いいから本気になってみて。あ、もしかしてそのメガネで見えないようにしてるの？
いいんだな。
Yeah, go ahead, man. It's a peculiar thing, really. I've never taken my glasses off in front of someone before. But still, I raise my... Well, I mean, you have, technically. You literally did it when you killed her before. I mean, I guess to be fair, he took them off before knocking on the door. So he didn't really take them off in front of her. They were off in front of her, but he didn't take them off. Okay, well, semantics, but whatever. All of Arkwood's accusations must have put me on edge. Urged by my own frustration, I take my glasses off. Lines start to squirm and stretch across the room. My world is filled with death. Yeah. I'm witnessing a miracle. I can hardly believe it. The moon shines a pearl white. The lines that had been so faint during the daytime appear to almost glow under the moonlight. But in the middle of it all, the lines on Arkwood's body are so faint that if I weren't concentrating, I probably wouldn't even have noticed them.
そんな、どうして？
どう？線はほとんど見えないでしょ？
You know, what would she have done if she was wrong and he could see them perfectly fine and he was taken by madness again? I guess to be fair, he's probably a few meters away. I guess in this scenario, she'd probably have the forewarning to be able to counter him, I suppose, but
私ね、夜は四季のない生き物なの。
mm.
だからあなたの目でも殺すことは不可能でしょうね。
I yeah, probably couldn't kill me. You willing to bet on that? I don't know, man.
それでもちょっとは見えちゃうのかな。
Yeah, if he really, really tried, he could probably do it.
夜は死なない私だけど、昼間は多少の四季ができてしまう。その弱点を突かれて私はあなたに殺された。あの時は大仕事の後だったし、即死体制も落ちてたしね。
Yeah.
結果、私はあなたに殺されて、この通り、夜でも四季ができるほど弱ってしまった。
Yeah, if he kept slashing and slashing, he could probably do it.
要するに不老不死で亡くなったわけだけど、四季、私の体の線が切れる？
I wonder if I could. If there's a line, I can cut it. But looking at her now, I'm not sure if I could slice through her as easily as I did then in a fraction of a second.
やりにくいと思う。線が見えたり見えなかったりするから、ある程度が眠ってでもいない限り。
What if you got lucky with the lines not, yeah, you know.
でしょ？それがあなたの最大の欠点ね。どんなに死が見えていようとも、その線を引くのは四季自身の腕じゃないといけない。
Something he's very adept at, apparently. So, I mean, I wouldn't...
いくら私が弱ってるからって、四季に捕まるほど運動能力は低下してないもの。
Yeah. She's right. I couldn't even keep up with a speedy animal, let alone catch one. And if I can't catch my prey first... Okay, so I watched the first 2 episodes of the Tsukihime anime recently. And this... let's say the anime kind of spits in the face of this line. He not only catches her, but, you know, she was actively running from him too, and he somehow was keeping up. And it's just kind of funny. The anime is fuck yo video game visual novel logic. I don't know, it's kind of funny. Why they went that route instead of having him ambush her again, I honestly have no idea, but whatever. Which means even if I see the lines, I can't kill something that moves. Yeah, I guess so. Just as her words alleviate my deepest fears, the vampire laughs. Right. It's funny. It's all a big, comforting joke. No matter how many hypotheticals she makes, or how many of my flaws are pointed out, nothing will change the way I see the world. I'm broken. I'm something that shouldn't get mixed in with the rest of this world. But despite that, when I'm faced with this incredible, impossible being, it feels like everything I'd taken for granted gets thrown out the window. She's like a magnificent flower caressed by the moonlight. Oh god, the contrast on that. Oh, so bright. It's not like I wanted eternity. All I wanted was for something I could touch. But for something that could give me the hope I needed to keep living. Ooh, yeah, you shouldn't keep them off for too much longer. A sharp pain stabs at my brain. The lines make my head throb. I put my glasses back on and trade my miraculous view for the ordinary world. Yeah, it kinda hurts. Arkwid eyes me suspiciously.
なんだよ。まだ何かあるのか。
You know, she's wondering where you got those from.
そうじゃなくて。そのメガネをかけていれば線は見えないの？
No.
まあ、そうだけど。昔俺の目がこうなった時に出会った人がくれたんだ。今じゃレンズだけしか使ってないけど、これのおかげでなんとか普通に生活が送れてるんだよ。
そっか、そうよね。
Does it though?
どんなに強い心があったって、死とずっと向き合っていたら発狂するか、眼球を潰すしかないものね。
Yeah, probably.
あのな、さっきから言いたい放題物騒なことばっかり言いやがって。少しは遠慮してくれ。あと近い。止まれ。いいからそこで止まれ。止まらないと花瓶投げるぞ。
I don't know why you're getting so worked up. And also, if you did that, it would at most annoy her and maybe soak her top and make it see-through because it's white. You know what? Assuming there's water in that vase, go ahead, throw it. I mean, what? Uh-huh. I retreat, sensing the impending danger. But my threat falls on deaf ears. Arkwid can sometimes resemble a giant cat, one whose curiosity isn't easily sated.
ねえ、それ見せて。
いやだ。これは大事なものだから渡さない。
別に壊したりしないってば。
But then you so you say that, but then you try to break them. So I mean,
ねえねえ、本当に見るだけだからいいでしょ。
why is she talking like that? This is another scenario where I should play nice and just hand them over, huh? Arkwid doesn't look like she'll back down. Actually, hang on. Let me... Yeah, even in her route, I didn't go... Which, I mean, I guess, you know, why would I go the route of saying no? Please don't tell me I should have gone outside again. It looks like there's a scene specifically for Ciel's route for going outside. Because I got that first one there on the left, like on this row. Back in Arkwid's route when I went outside. But there was no choice there as far as I remember. Don't tell me there's a... I guess let me know. Arkwid doesn't look like she'll back down. Besides, if she gets any closer, there's a good chance we'll wind up wrestling for the glasses, and she'll absolutely win if it comes down to that.
もう分かったよ。ほら。いいか。見たらすぐ返すんだぞ。
Yeah. I pass my glasses to Arkwid. You know you can close your eyes while you do this, right? She purses her lips as she inspects the glasses from all angles. Then she pauses and looks up at me.
シキ、これをあなたに渡した人、この町にいるの？
No, she was just passing through.
いないと思う。7年も前の話だし、一箇所に留まるような人じゃなかったから。
Yeah.
そう。よかった。余計な相手が増えなくて。ま、ブルーを相手じゃ引いた方が無難でしょうけどね。
A stern expression graces her face as she falls silent.
アルクエド、お前先生じゃなくて、そのメガネを作った人知ってるのか？
By reputation.
知ってるわ。現存する4人の魔法使いの一人だもの。
Yeah.
そのメガネだってね、とんでもない一品なのよ。今の私の力じゃ、とてもじゃないけど壊せないぐらい。
Arkwid's tone grows more serious.
お前壊すつもりだったのか？
Yeah, what was that?
私、そんなこと口にしちゃった？
You may have done, yeah. Potentially.
やっぱり壊す気だったんだな。
I huff at her to give them back and wrench the glasses out of her hand.
ったく、このメガネがないと正気じゃいられないって言ったのはそっちだ。
Yeah, it's probably not the best idea to deprive him of these, Arkwid.
それとも俺にそうなれって言いたかったのか、お前は。
別にそんなことじゃないけど。
Uh-huh.
なんとなく、シキが大切そうにしてるのが嫌だったから。
Okay. I really have no idea how vampires think. This girl was ready to destroy my one lifeline on a whim.
いいから、二度と変な考えは起こすなよ。先生との思い出も大事だけど、それ以上にこれがないとやっていけないんだ。四六時中線が見えてたら、頭痛で頭がどうにかしそうだし。
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
死が見えてると脳に負担がかかるのかしらね。
Yeah, a little bit.
四季の目は何かと原因がありそうだけど、とりあえず今はこれぐらいかな。
Okay.
機会があったらもう少し詳しく教えてあげるわ。
Wait, does she ever bring this up again? The whole connection between the eyes and glasses? She says I'll tell you about it more some other time, but I don't think she ever does.
結構だよ。あいにく長話は嫌いでね。
Maybe because of this exact line, actually. Maybe.
私は誰かと話すのって好きだけどな。意図が半分も伝わらない不自由な言葉でもこんなに心が揺れるんだもの。
Arkwid beams an honest, unreserved smile. It really looks like the simple act of conversing is enough to make her happy. Yeah, 'cause she's a loner. Not really by choice, but she is. The night drags on. Arkwid is seated on the bed. I'm on the sofa, aimlessly staring at the clock. It's just past 4 a.m. Only an hour or so to go till sunrise. Even though I mean, I say a lot, but pretty much all of this was stuff we've seen before. I'm gonna cut it off there. It's getting late. The next episode will be honestly, just so we don't have multiple episodes of no new stuff, I might actually wait till next time to put this out and just combine the two recordings. You know what? Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a break, but for you guys, it'll continue in just a moment. So, yeah, I see you in literally 1 second. Okay, we're back. It's just past 4 a.m. Only an hour or so to go till sunrise.
あと1時間か。
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary has happened so far, and Arkwid doesn't look the slightest bit nervous. The hotel is perfectly peaceful. I've been pretty nervous myself, but it's starting to look like I didn't need to be. It's nice. I have a feeling the night will pass uneventfully just like this. Uh-huh. Yeah, you jinxed it, buddy. For the umpteenth time this night, Arkwood calls out to me.
なんだよ。もう話すこととかないからな。
Apparently not.
そうなの？せっかくこうしてるのにもったいないね。
Yeah, I suppose.
あのな、さっきからどれだけおしゃべりに付き合
Oh,
ってる
come
と思っ
on,
てるん
don't
だ。
be a buzzkill.
6時間だぞ、6時間。何が疲れたかって、見張りなんかよりそっちの方が疲れた
Well,
よ。
that's just kind of rude. Arkwood shoots me a dissatisfied pout. It's been like this all night. For whatever reason, Arkwood just keeps talking to me. I told her that if she's so weak, she should just get some sleep instead, but...
話している方が楽しいから。
Yeah, I guess it is. Yes. How did we end up like this? I don't know, man. I really have no idea what's going through her mind. On top of that, I'm starting to get hungry. Now that I think about it, it's been nearly an entire day since I ate something. The last meal I had was yesterday's breakfast.
お腹が減っているなら何か食べたら？せっかくホテルに泊まってるんだから、ルームサービスを使えばいいのに。
いえ、緊張感がそがれる。そういうお前の方こそ、何か食べた方がいいんじゃないか。
Her
弱って
body
るくせに眠りもしないんだか
doesn't
ら、
work
せめ
like
て
that.
食事ぐらいしろよ。
式がいいなら私もやめとく。普通の食事もそれなりに意味はあるけど、一人で食べてもつまらないもの。
普通の食事って、食事に普通も特別も。
Yeah. Did you forget something? Right. She doesn't look like one, but she's still a vampire. Her meals would normally consist of human blood. Yeah, no, for her, no. She said it herself. Vampires need human blood to survive. Which means she's drunk the blood of others before. I wonder how many humans she's killed in her life. I steal a glance at Arkwood. I just can't wrap my head around it. No matter how many times she explains the intricacies of vampires to me, I just can't imagine her drinking blood.
何？私の顔になんかついてる？
No. I quickly look away. It's her turn to stare at me now. The corners of her lips pull up into a mischievous grin.
気になる？
何が？
私がどのくらいの数、
It's a
人間から
real...
血を吸ったのか。
It's a good guess. She saw right through me. Her happy, smug smile is enough to unsettle me. I don't like it, but I can't deny that I'm morbidly curious as to how many people she's killed.
そりゃ気になるよ。俺はお前と協力してるんだ。
I mean, yeah.
それぐらい知っとかないと、いつお前が心変わりして襲いかかってくるか予測がつかないだろ。
Yeah, you don't. It's a legitimate concern to have, I guess. Arkwood nods along, seemingly satisfied with my reasoning.
それじゃあ問題。
Okay.
私は今まで何人の血を吸ってきたでしょう。
Okay, and as much as I would like to do some of the other choices, like the 100 and 1000, I was told to do the 10 on this choice for whatever reason. All I was told was play nice with all of these questions. I don't know why I need to play nice with her in CL's route, but I was told to play nice, so that's what I'm gonna do. Arkwood hops off the bed with a bounce and heads back over to the window.
何人乗って、それは。
Arkwood smiles sweetly. She seems to be enjoying herself. She's clearly trying to get a rise out of me. Fine, I'll play this game. This strange woman has to have killed 10 people?
10人は少ない。
Probably.
はい、
But no.
全然惜しくないはずれね。
じゃあ100単位か。
No, not that either.
残念、日和切ったはずれです。
なら1000単位なのか。
You're getting further away.
はい、それも豪快に外れだわ。
Millions? Arkwood chuckles softly to herself. I'm not angry with her, but I am starting to feel very frustrated.
じゃあそんなことはないと思うけど、まさか。
No, it's yeah, you're in Antarctica.
それも外れ。もう10だの100だの1000だのってシキは私のことそういう風に見てたわけね。ひどいな。それじゃあ見境なしじゃない。
I wouldn't say it's that we think poorly of you per se.
違うのか。吸血鬼ってのは見境なしなんだろう。人間だって生きてるだけで腹が減るんだ。お前たちだって生きていくために血を吸うんなら際限はないんじゃな
I
いの
mean,
か。
his logic is fair, like realistically.
そうね、それはそうなんだけど。私は自分から血を吸うなんてこの800年一度もないかな。普通の人間を殺したことだって一度もないよ。
It's such a weird thing to hear a vampire say. But I still find myself asking the question.
それ本当の話か。
Yeah.
本当よ。だって私血を吸うのが怖いんだもの。
血を吸うのが怖いって吸血鬼なのに。
Yeah, well, she has her reasons.
きっと臆病なのよ、私は。だからいつまで経っても吸血種としても半人前ってこと。
Arkwood utters the words as she idly glances out the window. She pauses to gaze at the night sky in a drawn-out moment of quiet. As I watch her, it feels like she's becoming less distinct, a hazy phantasm drifting away.
そっか。半人前なんだ。
Yeah. Just muttering those words provides an odd relief. Wait, why does it feel like a load's been taken off my shoulders? You don't have to worry about getting murdered, I guess? That's weird, right? Yeah, it's definitely weird.
どうかしたの、シキ？
別に何でもない。お前が臆病なチキンだから笑っただけ。
Yeah, seeing as they could
チキン？
flatten this building with
なんで鳥？
zero effort. No, it's figure speech, Arkwood. Arkwood tilts her head in confusion. She really doesn't look like a vampire in the slightest. It's only natural for me to be relieved. How could I not be? It turned out that the person in front of me isn't anywhere near as evil as I'd feared. If what she says is true, then there's no reason for me to worry about Arkwood spontaneously killing me. And it's not just my newfound sense of safety that's bringing me relief. There must be something wrong with me. The idea that Arkwood doesn't count herself a full-fledged vampire is what has me happiest of all. I can't believe I was so wrong about her this whole time. Hey. Just as I'm able to relax around Arkwood, I'm struck by a sharp sense of pain and vertigo. My vision is blanketed by a white haze. This isn't the same as my anemia. I'm still thinking too clearly for that. A strange cold chill accompanies my headache.
どうしたのよ、シキ？そんなに額に汗を浮かべちゃって。
汗。
Yeah. I wipe the back of my hand across my forehead as I reply, and I'm met with far more wet, sticky sweat than I'd anticipated. This is weird. Judging by the sweat, you'd think I was in a sauna. As if urged by the pool of anxiety welling up in my chest, my eyes dart to the digital clock. It's 4:32 a.m. Too early for the sun to beat back against the chilly night air. The clock itself still lists the current temperature outside as a cool 11 degrees Celsius. It's way too cold for me to start breaking a sweat like this. So then why? Why does this room feel like I'm standing outside on a hot summer day?
アルケード、お前暑くないのか？
No, not really.
ん？別に活動に異常をきたすほどの温度じゃないでしょ？まだたったの38度だし。弱っているとはいえ、今の私でも3000度ぐらいまでなら普通だよ。
I'm an idiot for even asking. Did she say 3,000 degrees Celsius? So you could throw a vampire on a grill and they still wouldn't burn? Yeah, apparently. No, this isn't the time to be thinking about that. The digital display still lists the temperature as 11 degrees. So either the clock is malfunctioning or my body is. I searched the room for another thermometer.
なんだあれ。
As I scan the room, my gaze becomes transfixed on the monitor displaying a live feed of the hotel lobby.
燃えてる。
It would seem so. I can hardly believe my eyes. It's something you'd only see in a movie. Vluv. Flames spread through the lobby like a water spilling from a sink. Mixed in the thick black smoke, I see a humanoid silhouette. It gives me the impression of a massive predator, a carnivore that eats those like it.
アルケード。
Yeah, he's here. Arkwood remains silent. Is it hostility I read in her expression? No, it's something more like contempt. The two of us must be entertaining very different thoughts as we stare at this monitor. It takes less than a minute for the lobby to be entirely engulfed by the sea of flames. The fire alarm doesn't ring, the digital thermometer still hasn't changed. My body is drenched in the sweat and simply breathing the hot, dry air is enough to parch my throat. There's no time to think. They're here. Those flaming corpses from before have come to the hotel. I make a run for the window to inspect the situation outside. The town looks the same as ever. The hotel is bathed in flames, but nobody outside seems to have noticed a thing. There's no sign of aid rushing to the hotel, nor of any humans frantically trying to escape the fire.
どうなってるんだアルケード。
Some mystical bullshit, you know how it is. Well, not really, but yeah. Arkwood keeps her mouth firmly shut, unwilling to say a word. Time simply passes. The temperature feels like it's getting hotter by the second. My skin feels like it could burn any minute. I don't know what things are like outside our room, nor do I have any idea what things are like on the floors below. All I know is the awful, ominous feeling gripping my chest, telling me that it's already too late. Arkwood is still silent. Is it because she's worried or frustrated? Her arms are crossed like she's hugging herself. Or maybe she's trying to hold herself back? She said she wouldn't leave this room. She said she didn't have the power right now. In which case, what did I come here for? I should go outside and investigate.
よし。
I take a short, deep breath to clear my head. I search for something I can use as a weapon, but a quick survey of the room doesn't give me anything. I swallow my hesitation, take my knife from my bag, and I head for the door.
シキ。
様子を見てくる。俺が戻ってくるまで部屋から出るな。
Arkwood looks like she wants to say something, but I tear my gaze away and head into the hallway. Yeah, funnily enough though, weirdly enough, it's a better idea for us to investigate rather than stay there, otherwise we get cooked alive. It's dark. I guess the lights must have malfunctioned. The only light I see is a faraway glow from the elevator hall. My throat burns more now. The very air is thick and scraping against me like a sandpaper, or like sand. I don't know why I said a sandpaper. It's like sandpaper. The silence in the hallway is unsettling. You could hear a pin drop. There isn't a single sign of life. No running in terror. No burnt. The utter silence is making me question what I saw on the monitor just now.
異常はないよな。
Yeah, totally normal. For sure. $1,000,000%. I walk through the hallway. Sweat forms into beads and runs down my forehead. It's so quiet, I'm starting to feel that I'm the intruder here. Intruder, intruder, intruder. Normally you'd exterminate any pests that intrude a place like this. It's all I can do to calm myself down. I readjust my grip on the knife so the sweat doesn't make it slip from my palm. I feel nauseous. There's a pressure near my temples. Somewhere between my eyes and my brain, my nerves experience a strange pull. It's as if my eyes are trying to crawl into my brain cavity. I mean, with how weird your eyes are, I wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe my brain's trying to swallow my eyes. Like, stop looking! I bite back against the dull, aching pain as I traverse through the heat wave blasting me from all sides. My eyes grow heavy. My eyelids feel like they're gaining mass. My body sways. I might just pass out. I know the feeling well. It's how I feel just before I collapse from anemia. It hurts. The pain is so unbearable I have to take off my glasses. I look in the direction of the elevators. This corridor is so long. It's gotta be more than 20 meters to the elevators from here. It's too far, I tell myself. Go back to the room. What is this? A few more steps and there'll be no more going back. Pitter patter, pitter patter. A clear sound. The gentle chime of the elevator shatters the silence, as if to herald the destruction of this pure empty space devoid of life. A foreboding chill stops me in my tracks. My eyes are pulled towards the unwanted intrusion. The small elevator light stops. It has arrived at its destination. I can see the lines stretching across the elevator door in the distance. Though, shrouded by so many, a dense web of them, I can barely see the door. The door is open. I peer inside the cramped metal box. Hola. Yeah. The inside is overflowing with flesh, the flesh of things that were alive until a moment ago. Yeah, hi puppies. My breathing ceases. Just like my brain refuses to process the things I'm seeing, so do my lungs abandon their duty. I stare at the scene within the elevator. The thick chunks of red meat are packed tight as they can be within the metal box. In the middle of it all are two dogs tearing at their morbid feast. My vision turns red. With a nauseating squelching noise, a gelatinous mass of meat oozes out of the elevator. A sea of blood, carcass, bone, brain, fingers, and viscera. The pool of carnage only houses two living residents, the dogs. The rational part of my brain refuses to accept this scene as reality. At the end of the hallway, the dogs are still digging into the mutilated cadavers. Terrible new sounds travel through the elevator shaft. Discordant screams spill into the hallway. If I strain my ears, I can just make out the sounds of flesh being gnawed on. intermingled with the shrieks of despair, so anguished they hardly sound human. It feels like my hearing has found a shortcut to my imagination. Even though I can't see it with my eyes, the carnage is all too clear in my mind's eye. People being burned alive. People being eaten alive. A man notices the unusual temperature and leaves his room to flee. The second he opens the door, he is enveloped by a hellish fire that roasts him to the bone. A young girl sobs in despair, locked in her room. When the flames from the lobby reach her, she's in the bathtub. The water steams and bubbles, boiling her alive and turning her ruptured flesh to ash from the inside out. Many clamor to get into an elevator that arrives. Inside, they find it already packed with the bodies of those who tried to escape before. By the time the newcomers realize those present are no longer human, they are already being consumed. There are two types of screams: those born from the fear of being eaten, and those born from the fear of being burned alive. There are no exceptions. The small elevator is a microcosm of what the hotel has become. This vision of hell is so close I can feel the agony flush against my skin. I want to throw up, but I can't. If I did, I'd become a part of this horrible ocean of red. Yeah, you can't break now, Shiki. I force my body to remember how to breathe. I grind my teeth together to regain a sense of control. The dogs notice me. As soon as they do, all sound from the floors below stops. Go time! That can only mean one thing. No one else is alive. The dogs break into a sprint toward me. I'm the only prey left within their hunting grounds. The black hounds approach me. Their bodies are marked with countless lines, but they're no use to me now. My mind is too paralyzed to do anything. I can't even decide whether to fight or flee. One of the dogs leaps. No human could even come close to matching it in speed. It covers the 20 meters of the hallway in less than 2 seconds. Its maw opens wide. Sharp, saw-like teeth reach for my throat. The dog's movements are fast and deadly efficient. The second my mind manages to process that it's leaping at me, the beast closes its fangs around my neck with a terrible gnashing sound. Does it though? This is where Tonoshiki dies. Is it though? No, that isn't right. This won't kill me. I won't die here. Seeing death isn't new to me. It was a hot summer day. It feels so long ago, yet it was merely 7 years. Back then I witnessed something far more horrifying. Stab! I thrust my knife into the forehead of the dog that tried to gnaw at my throat. As if on autopilot, my arms swung up the second the monstrous canines touched my skin before it could pierce my carotid artery. I surprise even myself. Like a machine whose only function is cutting and slicing, I thread the knife through the dog's forehead with mechanical precision. It comes easy, as I am merely cutting through one of the dog's lines. Normally, destroying an animal's brain wouldn't cause its body to cease functioning immediately. The muscles will move and spasm in response to the brain's final signals, carrying out their last commands to the best of their ability. Even if I tore my blade straight through the dog's head, its fangs would still tear through my neck. But this is different. I didn't just kill the dog, I brought it death. Death means total cessation. No matter how monstrous the dog was, it lost every ounce of power the second I killed it. It falls limply to the ground. Next up, the second dog is already lunging toward me in its place. I stab the knife into its wide open jaw. My blade buries into its flesh. The skin of the dog may be oddly tough, but its insides are soft and yielding, its flesh and bone having long rotted. But I messed up this time. This dog's lines aren't on its head. They're all congregated around its chest. I might have managed to stab it, but the damage done is little more than a flesh wound. The knife has pierced the dog's maw, reaching the back of its head, which naturally means that the hand holding the knife is now fully enveloped by the creature's mouth. The dog is still very much alive. It clamps its jaw shut around my outstretched arm. I feel the strain as it pulls against the soft cartilage between my hand and wrist. Any moment now, it'll tear straight through the flesh. The pain is enough to snap me back to reality. This fucking hurts! Yeah, I would imagine so, yeah. What the hell am I doing getting my arm torn to shreds just to stick a knife into a dog's mouth? I don't know, man. I struggle to squirm, trying to wrench my arm out of its vice-like grip. As something gnashes at my arm, an intense pain shoots up through my nerves like a firework. Its teeth feel like they're stuck deep within my arm. But it's awfully lively for something with a knife in its skull. The dog presses its weight against me, toppling both of us and pinning me down against the carpet. My back is driven hard against the floor, but even now its grip on my arm hasn't loosened one bit. With my knife still plunged deep inside its head, the black dog tightens its jaw even further. It's going to rip off my arm. This is insane. What kind of dog keeps biting down in a situation like this? One that's not really a dog anymore. It's a dog. It's not really a dog anymore. I mean, physically, it's, well... Something warm and wet drips down to my elbow. Red blood is dribbling from the dog's frenzied, quivering lips. It might be the dog's blood trickling down my arm from the knife, or it might be my blood flowing freely as the dog tries to render my arm into mincemeat. To my scrambled brain, it doesn't matter much. The dog refuses to release its prize. There's no way I can run away with the dog still clinging to my arm. Not that running away was ever an option to begin with, nor did I ever have any intention of doing so. I just want to survive, and in order to survive, there was only ever one condition: kill. All I have to do is kill. But how do I do that? It won't be long till one of my arms gets chewed off. That arm is still gripping the knife. The full weight of the dog has me trapped against the carpet. Even if I managed to pull my arm free, chances are the dog would have its jaws around my neck the very next second. Yeah, what's funny? The desperate circumstances force a weak chuckle to escape my lips. I just need some time to assess the situation, some time to really think it through. That's how I've always done things. That's how I was taught. Like, look, see how there are plenty of lines running along the back of the dog's head? The path to survival is blindingly clear. This is a wild beast, a monster that devours humans. But when it's this close to me, I'm painfully aware of its wildly beating heart, burning with its own desire to live. But your will is stronger. It clamps down on my arm even harder than before. I'm such an idiot. I'm so stupid. I wish it was me tearing my own throat out. Wow, chill, man, chill. It's kill or be killed, a natural universal law. So why? Why does the supposed cruelty of the action give me so much pause? No. A thick drop of blood splashes against my face. The red fluid drips down my forehead and into my eyes. My vision is painted a deep, dark crimson. It burns itself into my retinas until red is all I can see. The warm, viscous liquid strikes me as oddly familiar. My consciousness slowly slips away from me. Not like this. Even so, I can't kill something that's alive. Hypocrite. You've already killed something much bigger than some mutt. Ah, that's right. But that was different. With Arkwid, Tonoshiki wasn't thinking clearly at all. Even when I killed that big dog, it was as if my body moved on its own, without my input. That's just an excuse though. But this time it requires me to make a conscious decision. Didn't Master tell you, Shiki? To use this power for yourself and not for anyone else. That's why. As long as I stay who I am, as long as I remain a decent human being, I will never take any life for granted. Hypocrite. You've done it all before, long ago. A bad dream from my childhood. Look what's holding you back now. It was a hot summer day. It's kill or be killed. Before me is the figure of a young boy drenched in blood. You've already. My hands are stained with warm red blood. Killed before, haven't you? Yeah, there you go! I stab. Rather than extract my arm, I instead bury it deeper as I slice through the beast's skull. A pained shriek echoes in my eardrums. Unable to cry out properly with my arm jammed down its throat, the dog's wail resembles a woman's shrill scream. It must be in tremendous pain. Not that it matters. I drive the knife deeper inside, together with my mangled arm. The blade pokes out from the back of the dog's skull. I split its skull and effortlessly slice through its hide, scattering gobs of blood and brains across the carpet. Before I know it, I've thrust both my knife and my arm cleanly through the back of the dog's skull. And yet it still lives. There's only one thing left for me to do. I take the knife from my bloodied right hand and move it to my left. The impaled dog's body trembles and squirms, seemingly pleading for mercy. No, you don't get no mercy. You lost that chance. As soon as you engaged, you lost that chance. It even stops digging its fangs into my flesh, as if to show remorse. Like I fucking care! Yeah, no. I run my blade along the beast's lines and quickly dismantle its body. I look down on that which was once filled with life. The limp body no longer protests as I finally remove my arm from its maw. Kinda weird, huh? I take a long look at my bloodied arm. My school uniform has been torn to shreds, but the gouges in my flesh aren't even a centimeter deep. The deluge of blood dripping down my arm earlier must have belonged to the dog. Doesn't even hurt that badly anymore. My fear must have clouded my mind and amplified the pain in the heat of the moment. Pain. I'm still lying down on the floor, staring at the ceiling. My head hurts so much. My world is a patchwork stitched together by these lines of death. Though my limbs are freezing cold and my mind is spinning with a fever. You good, buddy? No, I mean, it's definitely not good, but you know. The corpses of the 2 dogs are right beside me. One of my arms is covered in blood, while the other still clutches the reddened knife. Beneath this floor are the mangled and charred corpses of the victims that died in the pandemonium. There's nothing I can do but laugh. Because this isn't real. It is, though. It can't possibly be real. I'm normal. Totally normal. The only weird thing here is this dream. The second I wake up, it'll all go away. But when did I start dreaming with my eyes open? I'm a man. The elevator chimes. Such a cute, clear noise. Entirely inappropriate for the current situation. Yeah. It's the elevator adjacent to the one that brought the dogs. My exhausted brain doesn't even try to contemplate what this means. The door is open. My mind might not be working, but my body will have to. In a dull haze, I grip the knife in my right hand and haul myself up to face the oncoming tragedy. I don't want to do this. I wearily gaze inside of the newly arrived elevator. Inside it is... Yeah, it's weird. It's completely empty. A bit of an anticlimax in its own way. The danger is past. Everything's over, and I've already gotten a grasp of the situation on the lower floors. Which means there's no reason for me to stick around here. I turn to leave when... Yeah, this poor lady. I hear a woman's voice. She sounds so desperate. It almost seems out of touch with reality. Alright, sorry for that weird cut. When I tried recording last time, I just did not feel well, so I ended up just stopping and cutting the recording early. So yeah, but I'm back to it, and yeah, we're about to see this lady get murdered again. I hear a woman's voice. She sounds so desperate. It almost seems out of touch with reality. Her pleading screams grow in volume, accompanied by panicked footfalls. There's no mistaking it. It must be a survivor, out of breath as she frantically works her way up the stairwell next to the elevators. Yeah, not quite yet. She sounds relieved, but she doesn't slow her pace. Within moments, I can see her, spilling from the stairwell and into the hallway. Yeah, hi. She starts running again as she takes note of me. You sure about that? Her expression, overcast and pale with fear, is lit up by a flash of joy as her eyes focus on me. Yeah, about that. A white-gloved hand seizes her, ripping her from salvation and back into hell. Yeah, still watching me. The woman begs for help. Yeah, and then she falls silent. For some reason, I remember this CG looking a little bit differently, but maybe I'm crazy. I'm probably crazy. I could swear it was different in... okay. No resistance. No constraints that bind her. The second she's grabbed, she loses consciousness, as if this were a dream and she was snapped awake, leaving only her body behind. Stop. Stop this at once. Nah, he's not going to. That woman. She has nothing to do with this. She's just a sweet, innocent girl. Yeah, preying on her is...
やめ
Yeah, too late. My cries come too late. Not that they would have changed anything. My eyes are fixated on the woman's neck. Starry orbs of light flicker and scatter within my vision. A rage like never before boils in my chest. My vision clears and I see two soulless pits amid a deluge of blood. Nice gulps. The woman's legs twitch ever so slightly, her fingers jolting reflexively. All emotion, all life drains from her face. It has to be the first time I've seen it happen. But I don't need to be familiar with the sight to comprehend the horrific spectacle in front of me. The drinking and gulping of the monster is almost unnaturally loud against the otherwise silent hallway. When it's had its fill, the monster discards her body without a second thought. Her body wavers, frail like a withered tree. A ballerina tiptoeing the fine line between life and death. I gaze at her pitiful form. The woman is totally silent. The only sound is that of rushing blood. Then her back splits open. In a single moment, a fountain of blood erupts. The vampire sighs in relief as he bathes in the scarlet shower. In an instant, everything around me changes. The sweltering temperature finally seems to match up with reality. A dam of fire bursts, flooding out all at once. The hallway is absolutely enveloped by flames. The heat presses against me, singeing and stinging at my skin like claws. If I were to take a breath now, I'd surely burn my lungs. But something is strange here. The flames continue looking at their surroundings, and yet the building isn't on fire. As the only thing still alive here, I'm the only one left to feel this inferno. My headache intensifies. The man begins walking my way. It's clear he's the source of this river of flames. The closer he gets, the more terrible the heat becomes. He's still 15 meters away from me, but even at this distance, it's impossible for me to breathe. I realize that nothing could survive in this man's vicinity. The proximity alone would lead to a certain incineration. The shadow continues onwards in my direction. He's lean and tall, wearing antiquated clothes topped by a heavy fur cloak. Though his figure may be human-like, everything about him screams that he's anything but. There's something off about him, something wild and crazed. Only 13 meters now. He continues without a sound. What up? I glare at the man, knife firmly in hand. He doesn't respond. I'm starting to wonder if he can even see me. 10 meters. I train my eyes on his body. Amid the rising flames, I can finally see the lines of death that cover him. Ooh, it's a pretty point of death. My brain feels like soup boiling over an open flame. What is that? A dense and intricate torrent of death swirls at the center of it all. And at the center of torrent is an odd glimmer, bright and shiny like a precious jewel. My head hurts too much to keep staring at it. It's like how staring straight into the sun will burn your retinas. There's no way I can stare directly at his core for too long. If I don't steel myself, my brain itself might rupture at the sight of it. 8 meters. He draws ever closer. The temperature rises, though not enough to cook through human flesh yet. 6 meters. The man stops. His focus falls on me. It took him this long to notice me standing here. I meet his gaze. I shouldn't make eye contact. Arkwid's words of warning ring clearly in my ears. Yeah, but I can't turn my eyes away. You really should, though. I can't ignore the abyss before me. He's different. His eyes can't be the mystic eyes Arkwid was talking about. These are entirely, fundamentally different. They aren't eyes that bind the viewer. They're just filled with madness. The eyes of one who has lost his mind. A madman. A poor, hapless man driven crazy by his own impulses. A man just like me. Arkwid. My instincts scream at me to get out of danger. Every alarm in my body tells me this is bad news. But my body won't move, not even as much as a single fingertip. Danger signals fire through my synapses. No matter the cost, I have to get away from him. If I don't, it'll be the end for me. But I'm too late. The creature with sickly eyes stares at me, but barely pays me any notice. From its outstretched hand unfolds a fire that'll burn me alive. Arkwid? I'm going to die. Nah, you're not. This fire is as real as it is terrifying. Different from the blue flames that flooded the hall. They were some sort of byproduct, an effect of his cause, or an effect to his cause. They could swallow you alive, but you wouldn't die immediately. They'd scorch you with some awful phantom pain that feeds off life itself. But these flames are different. Just getting close is enough to char the skin, enough to burn all organic matter to ashes. The fire engulfs me from all sides like a claw seizing its prey. It will cleave my body in two, neatly cauterizing the flesh where it's ripped apart. The only thing more real than this fire is my fate. Yet just before I die, my body is flung backwards with a snap. Yeah, you didn't think she would leave you to die, did you? Well, you probably. The name creaks from my throat. My mind goes blank. I have a rough understanding of what just happened. Arkwid pulled me back before stepping in front of me to absorb the blow from that sinister, fiery hand. But what I don't understand is why she did it. Wasn't I supposed to be her shield? So why is she getting hurt to protect me instead? Because she cares, or would not really care. Well, I mean, kind of care. Well, it's complicated. Arkwid's face scrunches up in pain. Nice counter. The man hits her with the flaming claw again and again. I don't remember this CG. What? I do not remember seeing her hand like this. But this time, she doesn't have to pull me out of the fire's way. Arkwid swings her right hand like she did in the alley, batting the flames away. But she's unable to extinguish the flames entirely, and the lingering embers strike her head on. Does that mean even Arkwid could be burned if she took the full brunt of these flames? Are they hot enough to kill even her? This woman with barely any lines on her? who's supposed to be so far removed from death. The entire clash lasts less than 5 seconds. The two exchange a dozen blows each way. I don't understand why, but when they're done, the man solemnly lowers his arm. Yo. He stares at Arkwood intently, not saying a single word. Arkwood glares back bitterly as she clutches at her red abdomen. The man has eyes for nothing but Arkwood. He doesn't even care that I'm here, safe behind Arkwood's protective figure, clutching a knife. Vapor slips from the man's lips. His breath is heavy, like it's being pushed through an exhaust pipe, as he reaches with his left hand to find something beneath his coat. I hear a faint metallic click, or clink. It's got to be some kind of blade. He's hiding a long object beneath his coat, the same object he used to rend through the back of that woman and turn her into a fountain of blood. He takes one step closer to Arkwood. His weapon is still carefully concealed beneath his coat.
無礼なの。豚でなければ名を名乗れ。それとも貴様の親は最低限の言葉も教えぬ仇なしだったのか？
I think it's more that he's kind of insane, but yeah, sure. The man stops in his tracks. A light flickers behind his hollow eyes, as if he's only just remembering himself. I don't even know what language Arkwood used, but the man clears his throat, composing himself. His voice carries a current of pain, like he had forgotten he were a living being until just now.
礼儀は知っている。だが、貴様に語るほどの名はまだない。
That's not true.
礼儀はなっていないけど、恥だけは足りているようね。元の名前は失ったか。でも呼び名ぐらいはあるでしょ。継いだばかりのようだけど、仮にもその一角なんだから。
Yeah. Yeah, well, no. Yet to be named Vlov. The atmosphere in the hall shifts. The azure flames well up all around the corridor, burning ever brighter. It looks like Arkwood hit a sore spot.
グローブ。
A pained expression paints his face.
ブローブ・アルハンゲリ。
He declares his name.
知らない名前。私が記録していない以上、正当な後継者とも思えない。もしかして親は自滅？
そうではない。ご当主は俺が仕留めた。
なったばかりの祖ってこと？
Yep.
じゃあ次は私を殺して箔をつけたい？
Something like that. Maybe.
名誉は己の胸にあるものだ。俺は俺が欲しいものしか奪わない。
心構えは立派だけど、それなら私だけに絞りなさい。これはちょっとやりすぎよ。
いや、この都市は汚れている。
What do you mean tainted? What was what?
焼き尽くさなければ俺の心情に戻る。
あっそう。つまり蛮族同然の三流使徒だったわけ。
I don't think that's I don't think that's entirely fair.
ソヤであることは自覚している。神祖の姫、その心臓を俺によこせ。
Nah, I don't think so. The area around Vlov twists with the simmering heat. Like a river bursting through its banks, the fire rushes in our direction. Arkwood stands in front of me like a breakwater, holding back the flood from swallowing me whole.
動かないでシキ。この炎はあいつの武器。消し済みになりたくなかったら、私の後ろから離れないで。
Yeah, understood. Got it. I appreciate her warning, but something about her words strikes me as odd. This is his weapon? Is she really sure about that? I mean, after creating these high temperatures, he's still... No, this isn't the time to think about that. Focusing, I tightly grip the knife in my hand. He's coming. The hallway is now a cavern of flames. Vlov pulls the blade from his coat. And it's daytime. He has to go. He has to go. For some strange reason, Vlov suddenly turns his back towards us. He strides down the hall and leisurely enters the elevator, leaving us behind as if nothing had happened. Yeah. Okay, now I officially don't understand the goddamn thing. I don't understand those dogs, I don't understand the flames that covered the hallway, and I don't understand the waking nightmare that attacked the hotel. Yeah. Arkwood slumps against me with a thud. She's got a nasty wound. It looks like she managed to stop the bleeding, but her face is contorted in pain. It's still fresh. After all, she only just received the wound while she was shielding me from certain death.
そうだよ。お前、なんで?
Well, she wasn't just gonna let you die.
ちょっと甘く見てた。
And that too.
あれくらいならシキを助けて、私も軽くかわせると思ったんだけど。
Yeah, and you miscount, yeah.
さすがだね、シキ。シキにやられた傷、そんなに甘くなかったみたい。
Yeah, no, yeah, no, he did some damage. With her face still scrunched up in pain, Arkwood smiles as if she were amused by her own words. I can't bear to look at her. Not only did she suffer this wound while protecting me, I'm the reason she's this weak in the first place. So why is she still smiling at me so stupidly? How am I even supposed to respond? Arkwood leans against me, putting her weight on my shoulder as she closes her eyes.
ちょっと待て。何目を閉じてるんだ、バ
Oh,
カ。
she's fine.
しっかりしろ。お前は夜なら死なない吸血鬼なんだろ。
Very hard to kill, yes. It can't die?
でも私、なんだか限界みたい。悪いんだけど、部屋まで連れ帰っておいて。
Yeah, you can do that, right, Shiki? Arkwood collapses against me. I managed to catch her just in time, arms wrapped tight around her slender body.
ちょっと待ってくれ。そんな。
If you die on me here, I'll really have no idea how to respond.
ダメだ。起きろ、アルクエド。
Bruh, just carry her to her apartment, goddammit. I shout at her, shivering. Her eyes remain closed. When... Honk, me. Her soft snoring sounds so content. I'm starting to feel like an idiot for being worried about her at all. Yeah, my concern was wasted on her. She's not dying. She just fell asleep.
部屋まで連れてけって、また勝手なこと言いやがって。
Sorry, I just had to change something. It's not like there's any other option, though. Yeah. We can't exactly stay at the hotel when it's like this. No, the police are bound to show up and you'd probably get in trouble. Things will get difficult if we stick around the scene of a massacre. Yeah. Yeah. Despite everything being limited to just the hotel, as morning comes and people arrive, it'll quickly be clear what happened. My head still hurts. Arquid isn't the only one who's at her limit. I put my glasses back on, at least to at least alleviate my headache.
アルクエイドの部屋って。あそこか。
Yeah, I should hope. Even though I've only visited once, I still vividly recall its look. Yeah, it's where you murdered her. Yeah, it's probably pretty hard to forget, I would think. Well, no point loitering here any longer. I gather up our things from the royal suite, pull Arquid into my arms, and leave the barren hotel with a feeling of shame pressing down on my shoulders. Yeah, you killed the dogs. You at least prevented her from having to waste energy on those. So, I mean, you know, it's already light outside. Yeah, it got to daytime, so we had to retreat. That explains why the man left so suddenly. The sun illuminates the city with its gentle light. Night has given way to day. For now, I should just focus on getting Arquid the rest she needs. Taking a taxi is out of the question, yeah. We stand out. If a pair this suspicious got into your car, you'd definitely remember their faces. Probably, yeah. Like, oh bloody, Instead, I carry Arquid as far from the hotel as I can before boarding a bus bound for Soya Station. And you're not worried about anyone on the bus maybe calling the police? I mean, your arm is all bloody, her abdomen's bloody. Okay. We're lucky. Given the early hour, there are no witnesses or curious onlookers to point their gaze at. Oh, right, yeah. But, I mean, that's still the bus driver, so I mean, okay, well, whatever. What do I know? The emergency exit around the back is exactly like I left it 2 days ago. Neither the residents nor the building's caretakers must have noticed the lock was broken. That's actually mildly concerning, because this is a pretty, relatively high-class apartment, it looks like. So you think, you'd think there'd be someone who would come check it at some point, right? You would think? It's 6:30 in the morning now, but maybe it's a weekly thing, and we just happened to not, I don't know. I sneak into the self-proclaimed vampire's room just like I did the last time. Finally, this long mess of a day can be laid to rest. Yeah. I feel like just calling it a mess is kind of understating it, but... Alright, with that, I can finally end this episode, because... Yeah. Anyway. Ooh. Ow. Oh. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, that's gonna do it. For now. And finally, yeah, look at that. Multiple days between recordings for this part. Yeesh. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully next time we'll have new content, because all of day 4 was, yeah, I'm pretty sure all of day 4 was all recycled stuff. I don't think there was a single new thing, aside from the CG I didn't remember existing, but I'm probably just forgetting about it. So, yeah. Hopefully, next time, new stuff. Hopefully. But hard to say. Who knows? Maybe day 5 will also be complete repeat. It could happen. But yeah. Peace.